This is YouTube, a largest video hosting platform in the entire world, and the one you're using right now. One of the most searched sites in the world, and one of the biggest social medias in the world, with the biggest user base ever recorded, bringing in billions in revenue from their advertising services. Now, all that data is great and all, but what it has to do with the title of this video? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to see why I'm not going back to this platform ever again. And you're probably going to get disgusted at this company for what it has done to its user base. I'm leaving this message just personally for myself. But if someone is stumbling across that, you're welcome. So without any further ado, let's look at the key reasons as to why it might be impossible to start my YouTube career. Starting off with, as you might know, that the YouTube's moderation has gone rampant since November 2025, with smaller to bigger YouTube channels getting deleted for spam and deceptive practices, and others getting kicked out of the YouTube Partner Program. Unreasonable punishment, as it's not reasonable enough. But when that happens, you have a chance to appeal the claim. But the thing is, when you do that, it comes back immediately saying that the appeal is rejected. YouTube claims that it takes days to respond to the appeal, but no normal human does this. In fact, the entire support service seems to be automated, with emails, YouTube's Twitter account, and even the support tab on the YouTube studio. It started off with this guy, Airmatch, YouTuber that makes tech-related content, and he was terminated because he was mistakenly linked to a Japanese channel that wasn't his. Likely, YouTube has mistaken him for invading enforcement action. As the other channel, North797, was terminated for a comment that was posted on an alternative account when North was underage. Even sending a lawsuit doesn't seem to help, as Alexander Chasecar has won a legal battle against a multi-billion-dollar corporation. But the YouTube executive's response to this? Nothing. Not even the termination. Just empty-handed response. For these past 2 months, Twitter has been on fire, with users wanting to YouTube to respond for their poor moderation. And respond they did. Kind of. Starting off with first post by @TeamYouTube, by saying that moderation is working as it should be, that they have used many automated systems and human reviewers for the longest periods of time, and hasn't been a major change to the system to trigger a ban wave. Their response got community noted, obviously. Another response came from CEO of YouTube, Neil Mohan, saying that AI will continue to expand and will make a new class of creators that previously lacked the skills and equipment. New class of creators, my ass. So sitting down next to the computer typing prompts is the skill we all forgot to learn. Incredible corporate warning right here, man. I think I'll make a hard take on this. Because YouTube is such a large platform, you cannot tackle something like this, let alone that it takes quarter of the population. So of course, to have both human and automated moderation, but not to rely only on automated moderation, so that the AI would go rogue and just delete the channels for no reason. And Charlie says it the very best. AI should never be able to be a judge, jury.
To be the judge, jury, and executioner. It should never have the ability to terminate a channel. There is no world where that makes sense for YouTube to just give the keys to the kingdom over to AI, where it will ban people. AI should never be able to do that. If it wants to use AI for moderation, it should only be able to flag channels internally and then put that up the food chain, up the ladder, for a human being to look at.
What's even worse is that in Time's article, probably named the CEO of the year, Neil Mahan says they're able to bring back the old days of YouTube.
You really think that by giving these AI tools to everyone out there, what you are getting in return is the old era of YouTube of enthusiastic amateurs producing content? In what universe? It's the antithesis of that. It is the antithesis of creativity. The old era of YouTube that people look back on so fondly, the golden age, that was people just filming something in their bedroom, talking at a camera, or doing something silly, or making a skit, something like that, for the fun of creation, for the fun of being creative and just putting it out there. There was no career in it back then. It was truly just for the love of the game, the love of the sport. And somehow, he believes that these AI tools will reignite that passion, that drive. Based on what data? What we have is endless amounts of data to suggest the opposite, where when you have these tools and make it so easily accessible for people to just squeak out 30 seconds worth of AI drivel on shorts and do that 40 times a day, that's what you will get. It's just AI slop.
But wait! There's more!
The final response from YouTube is calling out Dexerto because of a false story, by saying that the determination was correct, but also dismissing the claim about the business email, and that the decisions were made correctly. Somehow, Team YouTube forgot to remove the placeholders in their post, which is embarrassing to say the least. I don't know how they f***ed that up, because their previous responses were really human and totally not outrageous. We're getting every single post community noted because of community's frustration until they don't. Why? I don't know. There are of course two persons that suffer to YouTube's moderation, but this video is already taking too long, so I'm just going to move on. There's obviously the algorithm that's always cheeky, to say the least. It doesn't always specify what we need to put on the YouTube so that it could bump up to the homepage. But one thing is for certain, that it always catches on the flashy feeling of the video that has the engaging parts and stuff like that. Or it could be something else, I don't know. And I think that's the reason that everybody is burnt out of this platform and just moving on with their lives. There are of course content farms, scammers, and other horrible people that we could talk about for an hour-long video that YouTube lets live on their platform for a very long time. Well, most of them. Since the moderation trend, other scammers thought it would be a good idea to join the bandwagon in order to continue posting slop content. I mean, if you look at the tweet posted by Xavier, it says it's obviously not violating the spam and deceptive practices policy, and also tries to throw the Mr. Balloon under the bus as he tries to prove himself innocent. Shout out to Upper Echelon for talking about him. Now Xavier attaches the provided video to prove that he's innocent, and I just want you to watch and to choose rather if it's justified or not. I'll have your conclusion in the comments below. If you think that was bad enough on the platform in the first place, well, prepare for the worst, because here comes the ads. Here's that one short that free flashes her feet. Here's that one short that advertises AI chatbot, and here's that they're advertising whatever the f this is. Despite telling not to upload any adult content under any circumstances while the ads tell otherwise. This is why many people use ad blockers these days, to have ad-free viewing experience, because they have been excessive splattered across the corner of the internet for just how many of these ads are sexually oriented. And these are over 1.77 billion users having those types of ad blockers. That's how ads got worse. And YouTube took a note of that problem. And how they thought of this? Well, it's pretty simple. First, instruct the viewer to remove the ad blocker. First, wait them for 5 seconds to load the video. Or just stop the home page. Which users have no choice but to buy premium. One is the live version, which you still get ads on it. And one full premium version where you get no ads whatsoever. For f***'s sake. So yeah, not a great look, YouTube. Another thing about YouTube, it's its own copyright system, which is not really good. It was added long back because YouTube had to deal with piracy, because multiple song publishers were getting ripped off for reposting their own music. They were getting some lawsuits right to left and center. There are of course impersonators. It's not a big deal between me and someone who's just trying to have fun with my own personality, but it comes with a limit that when someone is trying to impersonate me and ruin my own image to say that I'm a scammer, a predator, or something horrible, that also could be used against me to just ruin my own career, possibly my own life. And the most controversial thing that is put on every single social media website ever is age verification. Born after UK's proposal of Online Safety Act, age verification is exactly what it sounds like, but the difference is that you need to put the face on it, your own face, and all of your credentials. It could be like face verification or ID verification, like putting your passport, government ID, driver's license, credit card, you name it. They got it, and they would put it in their servers so that the data leak would happen, and so that the data brokers sell it to somebody else. And lastly, with the most annoying segment of all of YouTube videos, is YouTube sponsorships. Like, I get that YouTube sponsorships are helping you to pay taxes or something, like it's your last resort to just get something to be repaid. And I have heard some good sponsorships like NordVPN, ProtonMail, ExpressVPN, Incogni, Guardio. Anything that can protect your privacy or just keep you safe. There are some bad apples on this platform, a lot of them that I've stumbled across, because not only we needed to learn this 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, but we needed to learn this 5 times. Probably more. How did those companies get away with such things is beyond me. Oh yeah, let those people pack food for you while also being harassed. Have those products developed cheaply, but that doesn't seem toxic whatsoever. Have the sick-ass browser that doesn't spy on you whatsoever. You get the coupons that are working. You get a plaque that says you bought a fucking fake land in the middle of Scotland. For nothing! I'm so sorry for the ear rape, but I'm just saddened on how people are choosing things without being hesitant.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay. You don't want to hear me just complaining about people that doesn't care about other people? Yes, because you waste all of this time complaining about this. Alright? Moving on? What do you mean, moving on? You said this is the last segment you're going to cover. That's because as of making this video, a lot of stuff that's happened. And since I don't want to waste any time of yours, I'm just going to mention everything in 1 minute. And then I will just say, sincerest conclusion, with a few simple words. Got it? Alright, go ahead. Thank you. YouTube now cracks down on subtitles, more specifically about SRv3, that supports bold and plain underlined text, custom colors, among other things. Which is pretty disappointing, because they're pretty useful. I'm not sure why they're cracking down on that. While searching for a video, YouTube had the ability to filter out YouTube Shorts! Yippee! But they didn't stop with that, as they roll out 90-second unskippable ads. Are you serious, man? Another response came from CEO of YouTube by saying that you're able to generate YouTube Shorts en masse with AI, and they absolutely got gumsmoked by bigger YouTubers on the platform. And they're even about to test a brand new 18+ chatbot. Wonder where this idea came from. And finally about this video, posted by Dylan Page. He discovered something truly horrible. In the article that says, EU and UK governments would control YouTube for their own propaganda. Sorry, let me reiterate this for a moment. So in EU and UK parliaments are discussing a new set of rules that could possibly change YouTube forever. Instead of creating a channel with a click of a button, governments are now going to handpick of the organizers that are going to be seen on YouTube, killing independent creativity in the process. Yeah, YouTube's truly cooked for good. In conclusion, YouTube is entirely a shit show. Choose something else. Like Odyssey, for example. Then ignore all of the AI stopping the thumbnails. Just get used to it. Please. But for me, I'm out. Goodbye.